You all see the title, but let me start with this. Most women have not been in a relationship with a clinically diagnosed narcissist. Okay, this is extremely rare. But many of you have been with someone who carries narcissistic traits, emotional immaturity, or manipulative patterns. Narcissist has become a buzzword. It is extremely overused, and I don't want you healing from a label. I want you healing from truth. When we're talking about clinical narcissism, this is extreme, diagnosable, and rare. Now, when it comes to narcissistic traits, this is common in emotionally immature or wounded people. Narcissistic patterns can create damage without the actual diagnosis. Narcissistic love is imitation love. It mirrors your needs so well that you think you've met your person. Oh, I met my person. Baby, the entire thing is fueled by admiration, control, and how you make them feel about themselves. It's intensity, not intimacy. I'm going to give you a few symptoms of narcissistic love. Fast attachment. Baby, they will love bomb the out of you. Okay? You think you have this deep connection, but there is no depth. You turn around and mistake the intensity for compatibility. The confusion that you feel, oh, you say that's chemistry. We have so much chemistry. And there are emotional highs and lows that destabilize you. Narcissistic love isn't love. It's an emotional illusion that hooks your nervous system instead of nourishing your heart. Let's talk about something a lot of women won't admit out loud. Narcissistic love feels like a high until it becomes a prison. It feels like chemistry until it becomes confusion. It feels like destiny. Oh, I met the one, until it becomes dysfunction. And let me say this plainly, baby girl, you're not crazy. You were conditioned. He didn't love you. He loved what your softness did for his ego. Sit with it. He loved the reflection of himself in your compassion, your patience, your giving, not you. Sit with that. If you still feel tied to someone who broke you, if there's a part of you that still misses him even though he damaged you, that's not weakness. It's a trauma bond. Some of you have been walking on eggshells for so long that you started calling it love. You started calling fear discernment. You started calling confusion chemistry. You doubted your memory because manipulation rewired your reality. You replayed conversations over and over again because you're trying to make sense out of the contradictions. And then you found yourself addicted to the 1% of the good moments, the compliments, the passion, the sudden tenderness. These were the only things holding you together between the disrespect and the instability. You felt guilt for leaving. You felt shame for staying. You've felt embarrassed that you still think about him. You've felt numb, fogging, and disconnected, like you're not even yourself anymore. Everything you're feeling makes sense once you realize your nervous system was programmed for survival, not safety. Your mind wasn't weak, it was overwhelmed. Your heart wasn't foolish, it was hopeful. Your body wasn't addicted to him. It was addicted to the relief of chaos stopping even for a moment. So before you beat yourself up, before you start calling yourself stupid or naive, understand this. What you experienced wasn't love. It was conditioning. And once you understand the psychology behind it, the bond loses its power. Let's break down this cycle because once you understand the mechanics, you stop internalizing the manipulation. I hope you're taking notes. Number one, love bombing. This is the phase where they study your wounds, not your worth. They mirror your desires. They mirror your values. They mirror your language. They make you feel chosen, seen, pursued. And you think it's a connection, but it's actually strategy. The intensity you start to feel creates this dopamine rush. Their validation, oh baby, that feels like oxygen. And the consistency, this is destiny. This is my man of God, but it's not intimacy, it's intel. They're gathering what they need to secure your loyalty. Then there's the devaluation. This is when the mask starts slipping and entitlement begins. All of a sudden, they're saying, oh, you're too sensitive, you're too needy, you're too emotional. Where did this come from? They start minimizing your feelings, criticizing your tone, or withdrawing affection. And that's where confusion walks in the door. You start working harder for the love you were just drowning in a month ago. So now here comes the intermittent reinforcements. You get reward mixed with rejection, compliment after 3 days of coldness, a soft moment after pure chaos, a date night. Let's go on a date. I want to take you on a date after all this disrespect. That's how your brain bonds to crumbs. The unpredictability raises cortisol and adrenaline, and your body learns to chase those moments of relief. You think you want him, but what you're really craving is the emotional break from the anxiety he keeps creating. Then comes the hovering. Every time you gain clarity, every time you start to pull back, every time you start healing, they can sense it. Baby, they don't miss you. They miss the supply. They miss the access. They miss the version of themselves they got to be through you. Your body learned to mistake chaos for connection. It wasn't love. It was survival mode. And again, your attachment wasn't weakness. It was conditioning. Your loyalty, some of you are like, oh my God, I'm such a fool. Oh, baby, it wasn't foolish. It was familiar. And your surrender wasn't stupidity, it was hope. Trauma bonds are not emotional, they're neurological. You learned early that you had to earn love, fix the atmosphere, or manage someone else's emotions in order to feel safe. When peace isn't familiar, your body interprets it as danger. You weren't excited, you were alert. But because he was unpredictable, your nervous system interpreted that adrenaline as attraction. When he pulled away and then started showing you attention again, your body registered calm, not your spirit. That's the addiction loop. You weren't in love with him. Baby, you were loyal to the pattern. Sit with it. Narcissists don't just target you, they target the unhealed parts of you. You already have rejection wounds, and that leads to a fear of abandonment. He didn't even have to be consistent. He just had to threaten you with distance, and your nervous system panicked. Some of you have mother and father wounds. This tends to normalize emotional neglect. If you grew up with inconsistent affection or unpredictable parenting, emotional uncertainty feels familiar. Does this make sense? Some of you are stuck in people pleasing, which is a survival mechanism. You became the fixer, the peacemaker, the caregiver, not because you're just nice, but because your childhood trained you to prevent emotional explosions. They didn't choose you because you were broken. They chose you because your healing was unfinished, and they exploited that. I need y'all to take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose. I know this is a lot for some of you. Inhale through your nose, hold it for 2 counts. Exhale for 6 counts through your mouth. Breathe. Clarity feels heavy at first, but it's the beginning of freedom. The truth will always hurt before it heals. Your brain is craving predictability. Stop feeding it confusion. If he keeps sending mixed signals, cut off the supply. You don't chase closure, you create it. Closure is an internal decision, not an external conversation. Your nervous system doesn't need another explanation. It needs a new rhythm. So stop digging for answers that won't change the outcome. Stability comes from structure, not emotion. Create routines that anchor your peace and not your pain. He broke the version of you that tolerated dysfunction, not the woman God designed. She's still in there. You're not healing to prove anything. You're healing to protect your peace. A healed woman operates in discernment, not defense. You have to learn to tell the truth about what happened, not the fantasy that you tried to survive in. Your intuition didn't fail you. You ignored it. Holy Spirit didn't leave you. You overrode him to stay connected to chaos. You're not just detaching from a man. You're detaching from a version of yourself that settled for emotional crumbs. Let me give you a few insights that may hurt a little, but baby, they will free you a lot. Insight number 1, for those of you taking notes. You're not stuck because of him. You're stuck in the survival story that kept you safe near him. You didn't stay because of love. You stayed because your survival habits were louder than your self-worth. Sit with it. Your nervous system said, oh, this is familiar. So then your past said, girl, this is how you stay safe. Every time you felt unsafe, abandoned, or invalidated, your brain reverted back to the old story. If I just work harder, this will stabilize. Honey, you weren't stabilizing the relationship. You or stabilizing your wounds. You are not stuck. Your pattern, and patterns can be rewritten. Insight number 2 for those taking notes: your nervous system learned loyalty to chaos. People misunderstand trauma. They think it creates weakness. It doesn't. It creates loyalty to dysfunction, to unpredictability, to emotional turbulence. Your body becomes loyal to chaos because chaos was consistent. Your body memorized instability. Your heart normalized emotional inconsistency. Your emotions became addicted to adrenaline spikes more than actual connection. Hello? It wasn't loyalty to him. It was loyalty to what your body recognized as familiar. And now you get to retrain your body to be loyal to peace. Insight number 3 for those taking notes: you're not grieving a man. You're detoxing from an illusion. You're grieving what you hoped he was, not who he actually was. Baby girl, you are grieving the potential, the fantasy, the version of him that only existed during the love bombing phase. The brain attaches to the dream long before it recognizes the dysfunction. You didn't fall for him. You fell for the promise. You fell for the performance. You fell for the way he mirrored your desires back to you. You are not losing your soulmate. You're losing the storyline that was never real. Sit with it. Insight number 4: forgiveness doesn't begin your healing. Clarity does. People rush women into forgiveness without giving them the clarity to understand what happened to them. I'm preaching better than y'all saying amen. Forgiveness without understanding isn't healing, it's denial. Somebody come take up me a church offering. Okay. Forgiveness without clarity will keep you in cycles. Clarity is what cuts the tie. Clarity is what breaks the delusion. Clarity is what untangles the spiritual and emotional web. Clarity is what frees your nervous system long enough to even know what to forgive. Forgiveness is powerful, but clarity is step 1. If these insights are hitting you in places you didn't expect, good. That means your heart and mind are waking back up. Now let's talk about what your healing actually looks like from here. Your body isn't betraying you, it's protecting you. Now you get to reteach it what safety looks like. But first, I have some affirmations for you. Why? Because the power of life and death is in your tongue. I need you to repeat after me. You can put your hand on your chest, on your belly, on your mind, doesn't matter. Also, take deep breaths after every affirmation, okay? Repeat after me. I release the illusion of toxic love. And take a deep breath. I am detoxing chaos from my nervous system. My peace is my new standard. Clarity is my divine inheritance. Good job. So before we close, I'm going to share the clarity reset with you if that's okay. This is what has been helping women break invisible contracts that keep them connected to chaos. Everything we discussed, the mental fog, the overthinking, trauma loops, they're symptoms of a dysregulated nervous system. The clarity reset helps stabilize your mind and spirit again. It's a 7-day emotional detox that clears survival mode from your nervous system and restores your natural clarity and calm. This isn't for the woman still entertaining dysfunction. It's for the woman ready to regulate her peace like a standard. It's only $77 for lifetime access, but women are saying it feels like it has been freeing years of emotional clutter. If you've been praying for confirmation, this is clarity. Start your reset today. The link is in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.